Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 31266 South Grays Hill Road here in Colton. We're located out near the septic tank. We have a two-way PVC clean out here. It's 4-inch. We're going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We do have water currently running. We're going to run the camera backwards right out of the gate. We'll shut the water off for the reel back so we have a better view of everything. And we'll zero out here at the base of the clean out. Off we go. And the line transitioned in and amongst going back there to cast iron, then back to ABS. We've reached the end of the line here. This is the either the vent stack. Now we're actually staring at the basement toilet there. So we're going to shut all the water off here for a moment, let everything drain off, and we'll have a better look at everything when we come back. Now we're going to start pulling back here. The line should be on its way to being fully drained at this point. And so in the cast iron here, and you may have had a little better view of it when the water was running, when we were going back into toward the home. There is a little bit of a groove that's formed in some of the cast iron right in the flow line. Some of that, granted, is going to be just general buildup. There's a process called channeling that happens over time in cast iron with a flow line. Slowly but surely the metal gets eaten away. That, as I'm coming back here now, most of what I'm seeing there looks like that was just mostly build up here, but we'll see as we go. Spots like this right here, where you've got kind of a trough in the flow line, that does look like the start of channeling. It's not perforated through. I'm mostly mentioning it. All right, the cast iron there, it's got some level of buildup in it. I actually thought there was going to be standing water in that, and all said and done, it drained out completely. So, no standing water there. Cast iron is in fair condition. Something I would rescope every so often, maybe every few years, just to keep an eye on things. It's a pipe material it's not ancient, but it won't last for forever. It's a good idea to keep an eye on it. So we do have a tail end of the belly that dissipates out here around 19 feet. Let's see how this looks here. Right now we're hovering right around 1/4 inch of standing water. For reference, where I typically start recommending repairs on plastic pipe with bellies anyway, is once there's around an inch of water. Anything less than that, it's not that it can't feasibly cause an issue. If you're blocking up and backing up from a belly this small, it is almost 100% because of what you put down the line. The belly here is very minor. It's running from around 13, 14 feet to 19 feet and holding a 1/4 inch. That one's too minor, in my opinion, to require repairs. We do run into standing water right next to the clean out here. Going back about 2 feet, it dissipates. And I can physically, you can just open the clean out and see it. You've got around 1.5 inches to 2 inches of standing water there. And we do have grease buildup. I'm pulling it out on my camera. My assumption, I think right here where we're at, I can't see it because of the standing water. This feels like the end of the line, and we're, I mean, going 5 to 7 feet away from this, you're going to hit the tank. It's very normal to connect to the tank about 3 to 5 feet prior to the actual lids. So this spot here, I am going to recommend a spot repair on. I'll get it marked out with white paint. The line is still functioning, but it's draining slower than it should. At the very least, I would clean the line. You've got some buildup here, and if the tank hasn't been pumped, the best time to do a cleaning on a septic is to clean it just before, like literally the same day the line is or the tank is pumped. That's the best way to do it. That way you're reducing the amount of junk that's going to get into the drain field. All right, just located here where my camera will not go any further. My assumption is that we're at the vertical drop into the tank right now. And where I took that locate is about where that should be. We're at 2 foot 2 inches, so very, very shallow. And on that note, as far as how shallow that is, sometimes if these tanks are not deep enough to grade all the way down properly, sometimes it does require sinking the tank deeper. And in a lot of those circumstances, I mean, if you're talking like a $10,000, $15,000 issue there to get the tank deeper so you can fix a belly, you know, in those circumstances, I don't know that it's worth doing a repair on something like that. But it may just be good old-fashioned settling, and which can be corrected. And I do recommend a repair here to correct it. If a repair is not done, what I would at least do is clean the line. You've got a lot of grease buildup. It looks like pure Crisco is coming out on my camera cable. So at least get it cleaned out and remove the buildup. That will help. You're about 1 foot 10 inches deep right at the clean out, and then we'll flip the camera around. I'm marking all this out with white paint. You'll see an X at each end of the repair. In total here, your belly's about 8 feet in length, and it's holding, at the very start, it's around 2 inches. By the time you're at the tank, it's fully submerged. You've got basically 4 inches of standing water there. I've got this whole section mapped out here. It's between 1 foot 9 and 2 foot 2 inches deep, all under grass and dirt. Which makes fixing that a lot easier than the average sewer line. And aside from the bellied area here, the rest of the line we scoped today appears to be, the plastic updated pipe is in good condition. The cast iron, I would say, is in fair condition. All that stuff, I mean, outside of the bellied area is functioning properly at this time. Overall, the line is functioning. It is draining slower than it should due to the belly. It is still functioning as it sits right now. Now, if you do any repair work, make sure a rescope is done to check the work. It's very important to do that. And or if you do any drain cleaning, I would also rescope the line to show the work there that it was thoroughly cleaned out.